Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Kayak Nugget. Today we're thinking a little bit about walking around rapids. And we're not really thinking so much about the technical aspects of walking around on a riverbank today. I have a video about that. If you want to have a look at it, then feel free to click on the link in the top right hand corner of the screen right now. But today we want to talk about the decision process that goes into walking a rapid or running it. This is an entirely normal part of kayaking. If you've been in the sport for any length of time, then you will have encountered this decision-making process yourself, or encountered other people who are going through it themselves. But for that reason, it's important to talk about. What are the factors that go into helping us decide whether or not to run a rapid? So as you can see in this particular example, I'm on the East Lynn. It was my first run of the season, and it's been a long time since I've been in there, and it's the first time I've ever run it at this low level. I've run it slightly higher than this before, which cleans up a lot of the rapids and to some degree makes the decision on whether to run, particularly this rapid, Long Pool, a lot easier in some respects. At this lower level, it just looks a bit manky, and on the day, Joe had already told me that he wasn't running it, and I decided also not to run it. It just didn't seem worth the risk to me. But I wanted to talk through the decision-making process that goes through my head whenever I come to a rapid like this. So there are a few factors that go through my mind when I'm deciding whether to run a rapid or not. The first of them is, am I feeling it? Because if I'm not feeling it, then I don't even need to think about whether I'm capable. I just say no. There may be factors that sway whether I'm feeling it. For example, if I see one of my pals who I really trust and know I'm of a similar ability level to running that rapid on that day, that might sway me. It might change my mind. If I'm not thinking of doing it myself and I see them have a good line, that might change my mind. But if I'm not emotionally in a place where I want to run that rapid, I simply say no. Number two is I need to be able to see the line and see myself making that line. Essentially, I need to be able to visualize. One, can I see where the dots connect all the way down that rapid? Where do I need to position myself? And do I trust myself to put myself in those positions as I'm heading down the river? Do I trust myself to put the strokes in the correct place, and can I see where those places are? If that's not in place, then it's an obvious no. But for me, the feeling it, the choice of emotionally running a rapid, that is the more important one. And there may be days when our emotions, my emotions certainly, are not clear-cut. I may be feeling it in some senses, but in others, simply not. And my mantra in those instances, if I'm uncertain, is simply to say no. Because there will always be another day. That rapid will be there the next time I come into the river, and I can do it then. And if I'm not certain that I'm going to be doing it today, I simply say no. That may not be the way that everyone's mind works, and it certainly doesn't have to be, but I think it is a good rule of thumb. If you aren't feeling it, or you're not certain that you are feeling it rather, simply say no. Walk around, come back another day. Thank you very much for tuning in to this Kayak Nugget. If you've enjoyed it, then please do let me know in the comments. Perhaps suggest some other possible Kayak Nuggets for the future, and I will look forward to reading those comments. If you've enjoyed this, then feel free to give it a like and share it wherever you feel comfortable, and I will see you in the next one.
No, it's all good, it's all good.